back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market, where today we are looking at this specimen here. Now, unfortunately, it's out of bloom for the moment. I was hoping to get that on camera, but it didn't work. This plant's scientific name, and let's zoom in just a little bit so you can see the leaves, because I think you already know where this is going. This plant is called Taraxacum pseudoroseum. Yeah, you were expecting common dandelion, weren't you? Not today, folks. It is commonly known as pink dandelion because its flower is largely pink with a yellow center, and it's quite a twist on your traditional common dandelion. Now, this this plant, just like common dandelion, is in the Asteraceae family. Taraxacum itself comes from the medieval Arabic word Taraxacum, meaning bitter herb, which is some dandelions can be pretty bitter in terms of their foliage. Pseudoroseum just means pseudo, fake, or looks like, and roseum, rose colored or pink. So there you go, and that's a reference to its flower. So, and by fake, they mean it's not completely pink because the centers are yellow, as I mentioned before. Now, this plant is native to Central Asia, and it's hardy in USDA zones 3 through 9B. It is classified as a perennial. Its soil pH preference is 6.5 to 7.5, and it prefers well-drained, fertile soil, which this plant has gone from a seedling to a full-grown monster. I cannot even begin to imagine how big the taproot is in there. But I mean, these leaves are fantastic looking. I mean, look at them. Juicy. Now, interestingly enough, I should pause here. The traditional dandelion leaves were not how it started out. It actually had rounder leaves. In fact, there's one right there. Right there. It had rounder leaves with an interesting serrated edge, and then it progressed to these leaves. Now, these leaves are nothing like any other dandelion I've ever seen because the little points are not off-center. They're off-center to each other. Not like the others. But anyway, its exposure is full sun to partial shade, which is getting essentially nearly full sun here. Its height is 6 inches to a foot, which is very believable. I'm assuming they're not counting the flowering stems there. And its width can be 10 inches to a foot, which, I mean, look at it. It certainly is. It doesn't have any other names other than pink dandelion, but I suppose that's because it is so new to cultivation in the United States and other places that the literature hasn't caught up, or it just simply doesn't have any. It's a 50-50 split with these experimental crops, after all. Now, it is not invasive, unlike its cousin. Every reference I've seen says, no, this one's not invasive, it's not going to eat your face. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm a sucker for a good dandelion. The seeds need light to germinate, though. Much like other dandelion species, they have to be surface sown, which makes sense because normally they get the little silken thing that they fly around on and they land on the soil surface. They are not the type to bury themselves or get buried by an animal. So, yeah, you gently surface sow them if you can get the seed, and don't bother to cover them with soil and just keep them moist, and they'll come up of their own volition. Now, the great thing about this plant is that it has the same medicinal uses for the roots as common dandelion, so it is a one-to-one replacement. The leaves are fully edible, just like common dandelion, and it's said that they are milder, which, I mean, okay, let's go. The flowers are also edible and can be used in the same way in dandelion wine, though with the pink pigmentation, it might come out a different color as a result, which is pretty cool. Now, you want a deadhead to prevent it from spreading unduly, which is exactly why I gave it a little deadhead. In fact, here is, right here, the stems. So it should bloom again soon at some point. I'm going to fertilize it and see what happens. But anyway, it from seed, it flowers roughly in about 90 to 100 days from germination. So this one has been put up 4 flower stalks. It is the first year plant, of course, and it's lovely. So that is pink dandelion in a nutshell for you. And we're going to continue testing this in the test garden to see what it is capable of. I honestly wouldn't mind if this one got loose in the environment because, I mean, look, when I have a picture of the flowers, you'll understand. But, I mean, they're gorgeous, and they don't look like they belong on this plant. So, that is pink dandelion for you. If you have any comments about this plant, please put them in the comments section. If you haven't already, please please hit subscribe. I would love it if you'd hit a like as well. The blog is up and running, and as always, folks, thanks for watching. Keep them growing.